Hey everybody, meet Vanessa, and behind her, meet Vanessa's shell. It's already constructed in its barest form for one good reason. This is a base game only build, and I am using James Turner's pack limiter utility to get everything that isn't base game out of this save. And what I didn't think about is the fact that the tiny home residential lot type came with tiny living. So I made the shell because I was sitting here counting over and over to try and make sure that I had 64 tiles. Now, when I upload this to the gallery, I will definitely make it a tiny living build. I will go and correct it, move it to a save, take that limiter out, all that kind of fun stuff. You will be getting a 64 by 64 tiny house build with all the buffs. But for the sake of playing, for the sake of building it, I had to count some tiles. And I just went ahead and did that. So Vanessa Tran is a University of Rochester track and field star. She was a full scholarship from high school. She had a really stunning track and field career at UBright. And now that she's graduated with honors, no less, she is going to figure out what to do next. She has been offered a chance to be part of the Simlympics track and field team, at least a tryout for it. So right now, just about everything is about training, working out, eating clean, pampering her muscles, and just being her amazing athletic self. I figured this would be a great way to talk about the athlete without making her, or another sim, a pro baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever player. Now, Vanessa's home is small, obviously, the 64 tiles, counted numerous times. And it's broken up into two pieces, which is something I really like doing. Over here in this side is going to be her bathroom and her bedroom. And on this side is going to be kitchen, dining, living. I think she'll probably find a way to stick a desk into her bedroom to take care of the office function. But we're going to get to that in a couple of videos. Today is just about the exterior structures. I put this in Oasis Springs because Oasis Springs is a base game world. And I wanted to do a sort of modern, not super modern because we're surrounded by fancy Spanish colonial houses, but a little more modern than here. And I keep getting called, I keep not wanting to do, black and white, black and whatever, but I keep being drawn to it. I keep finding that it's just really what I want to use. So we are going to go ahead. I'm going to give in to my love of black doors and trim and roofs and all of that. That said, I am going to go ahead and try and keep some color in this one. In my personal builds, I like to use a lot of color, I like to use a lot of neutrals. But sometimes color is the way to go. Oh wow, that blue is pretty. Just looking at how I did the cast for Vanessa, she really likes jewel tones. I put her in a lot of purples and blues that she looks just beautiful in. But I think we might go with some of those jewel tones. She's also, a very feminine sim. She's pretty, I hate the term girly. I hate that term. But that's what she's like. She likes nice clothes and she likes dressing in a very femme style. And we're going to keep that for her because she really values that. And we're just going to come up one tile. Now the door I used and the windows I'm currently putting in place are from a base game update. Kind of a cultural pack like we've had before. We had one that was for Caribbean casts and some build items. And we had one for Lunar New Year. And we had this one, which was Islamic inspired builds. Now is that the one wide? That is the one wide. Okay. I'm not going to put too many windows up on the left little house because I'm not sure how I want to shake it down in terms of the kitchen. I want to make sure I leave room for kitchen fixtures and cabinets. It won't be a big kitchen, obviously, but just a little one, a little nice one. And I do want to do a past, yeah, there we go. Now this again in the back is her bathroom. And this is her bedroom. So we want to give her some nice light in there. And maybe one here by the door. Okay. You know, it's very simple, but I really like the look of it. And let's get a couple of vents up top. I'll tell you what, using this utility is brilliant. Like I said, it's on James's website and I'm putting the link in the description. But the fact that I can't accidentally use something not base game is super helpful. I meant to make Vanessa base game. I worked really hard at it and I still let like 4 expansion packs through when I put her on the gallery. So embarrassing. Okay, now in terms of sidewalk and all that kind of thing, I had sort of an idea when I was in the shower earlier today. Like, okay, how do I want to do this? How do I want to make it look distinctive and interesting? And one thought I had, we don't have the, I'm so bad at finishing sentences when I get excited. We do not have that object that is just like a stone carpet piece almost, a little flagstone that you can put on the ground. We don't have that. That comes in at Get Together. So I thought maybe we could approximate it. And I don't have tool. Can't do that either. By doing just a little bit with ground surfaces. Just a tiny little bit. And then back here, we are definitely going to have a pool. We are going to have a pool. This is, I think, yeah, this is my first of the 3 career builds that has a pool. But as an athlete, you know, she's got to keep in shape multiple ways. Do you like my sort of kidney bean sized pool? Kind of kidney bean. All about the kidney bean. And then I'm going to go ahead again in the next video, which is the landscaping one. I'm going to put in some pretty nice, bright, jewel-toned, beautiful foliage, and also hopefully some exercise items. Not so much that are part of the game. Oh, look at that. I went straight for the porch. I didn't even put them in front of the door. Good God. I'm even leaving this in the video because I care. Maybe one more. Yeah. We're definitely setting this as our front door. Oh, I like that. I do. Let's see what we have in terms of fencing. We don't have our very flat fences because those don't come in until, that one doesn't come in again until Get Together. It really teaches us about how amazing Get Together is, right? But I think what we might do across here with a base game bit of fencing is just a bit of a pass-through trellis. And next time with the landscaping, I will also put foliage on top of that. Now, normally I would take trim and put it around each of these, but I kind of like this two-toned look. This black and then the supporting white beneath it. I think it goes well with the style of the houses. So I'm just gonna leave it as is because I think it's pretty. Going back to the pool. Let's get a nice, there we go. Now, I will say this pool is not about entertaining. This house, this yard, none of it is about entertaining. Vanessa is a world-class athlete. This is about conditioning. This is about keeping her body, her instrument at peak form. So I'm not giving her a grill. I'm not giving her outdoor dining, except maybe one or two little pieces. You know, this isn't about that. This is about, she wants a bathtub so she can ice herself in it. She needs a kitchen to eat cleanly within. She needs a bed to sleep on. She needs a place to keep all of her workout gear. She is not looking to entertain. She is certainly not looking to romance anyone here. You know, of course, she's looking forward to that time in her life. It's just not now. It's just not yet. It's not now. Now, I think one thing I didn't think about is we're going to want to move between these two houses pretty constantly. It might be better to... I had the floor stones. I had them right from the start. I did. I was right from the beginning. I should trust my gut. Totally. That way the doors are across from each other and she can very easily get from space to space. Oh, that's better. And let me pop into live mode just to set as her front door. Back to building. All right, so we have the front door as her kind of food prep living space area. Now, do I like how this looks? Actually, I don't. I think I want it to have, certainly not curved. I don't have the patience today to put down all those wood blocks. But let's go ahead and just make this a little more, give it a boundary. Or excuse me, a better shape. Boundary? What? Streaming uses up all the decent words that you have during the day. It takes up all my decent language, and when I get to filming, I'm back at like... I run out of words. Okay, and I think I would also, since this is a very flat facade, I want to add a little bit of drama to it. And like I mentioned, I wanted to use a lot of lush foliage, and Vanessa is super into jewel toned colors. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in these bright pink window boxes that are just beautiful. I know this borders on landscaping, but it's still the shell. It's still the shell. I also think if that is that black or dark brown? It is dark brown. Shoot. Sometimes I really like having a sort of window up here in the eaves, because, you know, many houses have them. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get one that looks right. No. Yep, I will just let it go and let those vents do their job. Let me also set out just a couple of... Yeah, I think we're going to go into debug. And you know what? If you feel incredibly limited by base game, look in debug. I mean, my gosh, there's a ton. There is a ton of very cool, very attractive housing stuff in debug. Like, I don't think I'm going to use this, but it is tempting, right? Let's see if I can get it closer to the house. Now, like I said, I am not doing any kind of cheating. I'm not doing the red shelf. I'm not doing cheating. I'm not doing any kind of mods. No red shelf. No tool. Oh, see, I kind of like that. I wish it was thinner, but it's not. But I love these. I love these little planters with all my heart. And I think they're great for making base game builds look more interesting. So I think we're going to put one of those here. And we're also going to use a few of these to make the pool area look a little more curved, a little more mid-century. I know it looks really odd with the grass beneath, but I think it's going to look awesome when it gets finished. When it gets finished. When it's finished. I actually have I have a plan for the landscaping, so I'm excited to enact the plan. So strange as these look on the grass, we're gonna have a lot of fun with them. And I think that's just about, can I make this one a little smaller? Oh yeah. There we go. And the last thing we need to do today is terrain paints. I always take mine down to really soft at first. I really like being able to control it. I don't like when it goes immediately, like super dark immediately. I really like being able to make more subtle changes, subtle edits. And then on top of that kind of dirt layer I just put down, we're going to put in some gravel. And we are going to do the same over here. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to give her a bit of a, not even a bit of, but I want to give her a path back to this beautifully, you know, this beautiful part of Oasis Springs that has, you know, a bench and fishing and all that kind of stuff. I want this property to look as if it took that into consideration. Like a nice, pleasant path back to the pretty lake. And it has this kind of wonky shape because I have plans for the landscaping. So what you see here looks pretty odd. I will admit it. I totally admit it. But it's going to turn into something special. I'm actually really excited about this one. So let's go ahead and pop back into live mode. And while Vanessa can't go inside yet, she at least can use her beautiful backyard pool. And she can swim laps like a good athlete. Always working, always working. Okay, everybody, I will be back on Wednesday with part 2 of the athlete house, which is going to be landscaping. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing and signing up for notifications, and I will see you next time.